Welcome back. Today, we're going to be going through not every player in fantasy, but we're just going to go through each position, give our thoughts on the best buys, the best avoids before inevitably the footy starts tomorrow. So we're very keen, Dor.
Oh, most certainly, Mick. It's going to be an absolute belter of an episode, and hopefully this can help everyone at home just basically be like, okay, yeah, after hearing the boys discuss this, Mick
after
and
hearing Dor's take, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm not going with this guy, or I'm going with this guy. Let's get into it, Mick.
Dor's words, gospel. Take what you want from what I say. All right, yeah, we'll start with the hookers. First guy, Reed Mahoney. He's in the most teams. Do you think Dor, if you don't have Reed Mahoney, are you trying to think of ways to get him in, or are you just going for a Harry Grant or a Bailey Hayward?
I don't think Reed Mahoney, in my opinion, Mick, is someone that you should be, let's just say, blowing your team up. Or it's just be like, oh, Reed Mahoney got 54 in Vegas. Oh, he's definitely a must-have. Look, break even to 37. It's not the end of the world. I think what you said there is the perfect option. I think I'd be rather being like, okay, I'm going to pay. I didn't get Reed Mahoney. I'm now going to pay an extra couple of $100K and get either Harry Grant or Blayke Brailey.
I think in years past, I've not gone with Harry Grant and sort of regretted it. I do think Reed Mahoney, I have him in. I'm just really happy that I went that way.
Yep, same.
Seeing he got 80, I could sort of finance a few other things in my team. But Harry Grant, home run pick. Hayward got through his work. What did he get? 46.
Yeah,
basically
90
all tackles.
minutes.
He ran 9 meters. I'm trying to think of some other options, Dor. Blayke Brailey, breakout year, I'd say. Do you think he's going to go better this year? He might be an origin guy as well, so that's something to consider.
Yeah, look, the Sharks have an unbelievable draw, Mick. I think, 8.2% of teams. I think if you didn't get Reed Mahoney, I think you've got to go either one of Blayke Brailey or Harry Grant. You've got to lock in one of that gun. Yeah, you've got to lock in one of those guys. I think Blayke Brailey will have another outstanding year, Mick.
Yeah, I'd almost be tempted to go for Blayke Brailey just as a pod.
Yeah, he's only in 8.19% of teams.
Yeah,
so.
I do think he plays Origin this year though.
Yeah, but look, Reece Robson being injured to start the year certainly doesn't help him either, Mick. It definitely helps Blayke Brailey's cause, that's for sure.
I'm trying to think of a nice little cheeky pod. You got Ioelu from the Roosters, who might be a little cheaper you're considering. Me personally, I was high on him, but after reconsidering, I feel like he's capped out at 40 minutes. Connor Watson slots into there.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those ones, Mick, where it's just like it's just a minimal sort of role. Like, there's what's the best way of putting it? Like a timestamp of when he's actually going to be.
Yeah.
His time has come, and that's basically it. Could be like 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and I just don't really think you can justify paying $327K. Like you said, Watson's there on the bench. He can definitely slot in there and give Ioelu a break. We don't really know what Robinson's going to do, but I think there's some of those guys that you've listed, Hayward, even if you wait till round 2 and get the cheese. Oh, yeah, cheese round 2 or round 3?
I'm thinking it'll be 3 weeks. I reckon round 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But still,
at that price, you know what I mean?
I mean, you have to get a hooker.
Exactly right.
You can't just not get one. If you don't have if you don't have Hayward and Mahoney, I'd probably be trying to finance a Grant or Brailey because I'm not the biggest fan of anyone else there.
Yeah, look, there is
Chris Randall, pod.
Yeah, Chris Randall's not a bad option there starting at lock for the Titans. Good pod option. It just really depends on what you think his minutes are going to be.
Yeah.
Another option as well is in that a bit more expensive is Kurt Donoghoe.
It's just a mess, that pack, in my opinion, in a good way.
Yeah, but the thing that gives Donoghoe the edge is that he's, I think, sort of like Ioelu, obviously a lot more expensive, but his role of starting hooker is going to last longer than Ioelu's, because I think Marshall King's out for like the first month and a half to 2 months of the season, so a month to 2 months. So, and Donoghue's a workhorse; he'll probably play 80. Max Plath, when he comes back, could be an option. But if you want to go rogue, I don't hate that option, Mick, with Donoghoe. or Randall for that matter.
Yeah, Chris Randall's an interesting one.
Yeah, because we really just don't know exactly what the minutes are. Like, that's the good thing. Like, with preseason, you can sort of justify and you can find out whether you think this guy is going to be a good player. But when it comes to the minutes and whatnot, like, you cannot judge preseason minutes to the actual, like, real NRL, unless you're Ryan Couchman, of course.
With Donoghoe, I personally wouldn't go there. It's just too many question marks. We probably move on to the mids door.
Yeah, I think so. Connor Watson, Damien Cook, I don't really think so.
I mean, if you got Damien Cook, you're him.
Yes.
70 tackles.
Yeah.
Just quietly churn that out.
Starling's definitely in a void as well with the...
I think Brailey will play,
with Brailey's
25?
Brailey's going to play a fair few minutes. Simpkin, what about Simpkin, Mick? That's actually before we move on, because they've got Brandon Wakeham and Zach Docker-Clay, I'm pretty sure, as their backup.
How much is he?
Reserves. He is awkwardly priced at 509, but I think his stats are actually very good when he plays like big minutes, like 50-plus type guy.
He's priced at about 40 there.
Yeah,
so
39,
do you think he has an average over 45 where you get value out of him? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, but I just thought we'd mention it, Mick, because
when he played at back end of last year, his stats were very good.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, other than that, I think we're happy to move on. If you want to get Brandon Smith and hold on to him, definitely do so.
Yep. With the mids, we'll go with the most popular player in the game. This is Payne Haas, 65% of teams. I'm trying to think back of the most popular players ever. 65, that's got to be up there.
It's
Maybe
definitely
Cleary
up there.
in years past.
Yeah,
Maybe Payne Haas's first year.
I'll go, and you probably agree with me, Mick. This is by far, if you're looking at every single player in fantasy, this is the biggest must-have player in fantasy. That's why he's at 65.45%.
If I'm the Broncos, I'm just absolutely pumping him with minutes.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. Well, he played 80 in the World Club Challenge, and yeah, I think he's in for another huge year, Mick. Definitely just the biggest must-have of this whole.
Yeah, I think everyone's got him. Everyone's got him as skipper
fantasy
as well. Trey Mooney, he was a home run pick, went well in Vegas.
Yeah, don't need to say
Hamish
much
Stewart,
more.
I don't think you're angry that you didn't get him, but I don't think you're
over the moon with what happened
with him being on the bench.
Yeah,
it's
I'm happy
a tricky
with him.
one.
Like we're obviously you and I, Mick, in the personal team's perspective, are both on the different ends of the spectrum. Like, you didn't end up going him, I ended up going him. I'm happy with what I saw. I think he'll get a few more minutes as the season goes on, and he just churns out the work. So, but at the same time, you're probably happy if you didn't get him because, he didn't start. His minutes were slightly increased due to the overtime. And, Ryan Couchman played a hell of a lot of minutes. So that could potentially be a bad thing as well for Stewart.
Going down to Cooper Bye Dor. Looking at his photo, a bit of aura. So that's why I've got him in. 22% of teams, 250K. What are your thoughts? Because I'm trying to find his preseason minutes.
Minutes you won't be able to find in the preseason because they're, all over the place.
Reserve grade, he was like a 50 guy, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, my concern with Bye, I love Cooper Bye. I'm a huge fan, but I'm a bit concerned in regards to the minutes. I don't know what he's going to get. I do know off the top of my head from that last preseason trial that the Titans played against the Storm, I'm pretty sure he came on in like the last 20 to 25 minutes and played the rest of the game out. I would assume and I would hope that he plays more in actual the NRL season this weekend. But I'm a bit hesitant.
What are your thoughts on the minutes?
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking like
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm honestly. I think he'll play. I've got no doubt about he's not going to be utilised, Mick. I just think for me, it's more like, do I think that there's more other 250K guys that I'm more confident in their minutes and they're going to play more? Yeah, I really do think that there are better players around 250K that are going to get better minutes than Cooper Bye. Do I think they're a better player than him? Probably not. But at the end of the day, like, if he's not getting the minutes, he's only playing like 30 minutes a game, Cooper Bye.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get you like 30 points. So that, like, he will make you some money. But it's, you know what I mean? Like, you'd rather go someone else who's probably going to make you a bit more money.
Looking at that bench, I'm thinking Tino could be a home run pick. I know we've mentioned that Dor's nodding profusely. I know we've mentioned that prop, he doesn't score as well compared to Locke. But looking at that bench, I think he's in for some special minutes. And Chris Randall as well, I think will play a lot.
Yeah, so the justifiers, like you said, Mick, just before in the hooker segment.
Maybe I get Tino in.
Not a bad play. Yeah, look, I made the decision. It was either Toby Couchman or Tino last week, and I went Tino. So I'm hoping it pays
and like
off.
14% of teams, it could be, that's a sort of a pod.
Yeah, I just think that like you said, Mick, I look at that team, I look at the leadership, and I just think that this man, Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, has to play big minutes. Like, he just has to play big minutes.
You've convinced me, Dor.
I'm really high on Tino. He's 668 as well.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to be playing 80 minutes, but I think he's definitely playing like that 60-minute mark, because the Titans, with that young forward pack and young team, need that skipper. They need big Tino, that leader, on the park as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't think it's speculation, because if you're looking at the minutes, it's like, I think he's priced at 52. I think he's got to be playing 60-plus minutes.
Curtis Morin, Tui Simpkins.
With no Jolliffe. That's the biggest thing. No Jolliffe thing. It's like, who's taking the minutes off him?
Yeah, no. Get on board, ladies and gentlemen. Get on board big Tino.
Yeah.
Ride with me.
I think if you don't have Tino and you're looking for a guy who's underpriced and you know he's going to pump out 60, Isaah Yeo, home run pick. I don't have him because he's, quite frankly, it just feels boring. If you want to win, get him.
Yeah, no, exactly right. He's a great advice. He's a great pick. He is a great pick. He just goes out there and does his work. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? He's not busting tackles, throwing a heap of offloads like someone like Haas, or example, or Tino.
730K is the cheapest you'll see him since the last 5 years, I reckon.
Yeah. Look, I can't say no to someone getting Isaah Yeo, Mick. So for sure, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get in big Isaah Yeo to partner with Haas, 100% go ahead. I'm just going with Tino.
Yep. Jesse Coolahan, I think, is a must-have.
His stats are great. At
347, amazing stats when he plays, good PPM.
The future, wants to be a one-club player, stay with the Sharks.
50 minutes, even if he gets 40, that's enough value.
Oh, 100% for 347K.
Yeah,
and he'll benefit immensely, Mick, with no McInnes for a little while there to start the season as well. So yeah, I think Colquhoun's a massive must-have.
Yep. All right, we'll go down the list. I got Toby Couchman. Look, he went pretty good, 56. He played about the same minutes as his brother, which I wasn't expecting.
No.
IPAP, he was a very popular buy. Now he's on the bench. I expect that to massively decline.
I think it
is frustrating. Yeah, 8%. He was in like 13%, I think, the other day. Erin Clark, I'm worried about his minutes. I think last year he was unbelievable, but 730K, I mean, when you can get Tino for
like
60K less, 80K, I think that's, a bit dumb. Naufahu Whyte, I like him as a pod, Dor.
Yeah, I don't mind Naufahu Whyte. He's just the minutes is a potential concern with Naufahu Whyte. I think Erin Clark will still be solid, but it's just like, I think that there's better options that are cheaper than him. Like, for example, Tino. Naufahu Whyte, I don't mind Naufahu Whyte, but I do have a bit of concern with his minutes. But I still think he's playing like 50 minutes plus.
I'm trying to calculate the sort of minutes that the Roosters pack will play.
Yeah,
you're thinking 50 for Naufahu Whyte?
I'm thinking like 50. I honestly think I'd rather go Tino, pay like 20K more and get Tino over Naufahu Whyte.
He's so good, Naufahu Whyte.
No, he's great. He's great. This is nothing against him. I just don't know.
If we say you're not a buy, we don't like you.
Okay. Yep.
Dor, we have him, Uto, from the Storm. He's in 5% of teams, 575K. We think he's a lovely pick. Back end of last year, we brought him into the all-out team, was sensational. He has to play more minutes this year.
Yeah, due to the forward concerns.
Due to the sort of the pack at the Storm. What are your thoughts on, like, do you think Bellamy's just going to give him those minutes, or are we going to get frustrated? Is he going to go revert back to what he did at the start of last year?
I don't think so. I think he should get good minutes, and surely there's got to be a bit of a fire burning within, for Stefano. Considering that the Tigers didn't play any finals, came to the Storm, got to the grand final and lost. Like, that's really got to hurt. I think he's going to start the season really well. Plenty of concerns, injury, suspensions to the Storm, like suspensions to Liero, injuries. Eli Katoa's not there. Sean Blaw's out. For me, I think Stefano, he's definitely playing like that 50 to like 60 odd minute role, and he goes at basically like over a point a minute. So I think he at 575K is certainly some great value. I think if you want to go a bit of a cheaper option than a Tino or a Naufahu Whyte or something like that, who's a bit less expensive, that's going to still do a good job.
I mean, when he
like
played
Stefano.
over 40 minutes last year, he averaged 53.
Yeah.
So at minimum, he's playing over 45 consistently. I think that's at least almost 10 points of value.
Yep.
So I think I'm very confident in the pick. I do understand if you're still worried, like Bellamy's just going to ease him into the season. But, yeah, I really like as a pick.
Yep.
What about Terrell May? Got the bye. Was he the best player last year? Him and Haas were sort of interchangeable.
Yeah.
The problem is this year, it's looking like he's not going to play 80.
No, it doesn't look like he's. I'm pretty sure it's come out. Benji said that the plan is for May not to play the same amount of minutes that he did last week, sort of be more of a 60-minute guy. Look, I don't think it's going to be a huge concern for him because he's an absolute
73 last year.
He's an absolute beast, May. But I just think he can drop a bit. He's going to drop a little bit of cash. So I wouldn't be paying.
It's a crazy pod. I'd love it, but you're probably sacrificing maybe 100K because if he played last year when he was playing about 60 minutes, he was still averaging 69, which is crazy. Not playing round one, it's just
71.
How are you financing? Like we're saying, Cleary's a must-have. We're almost saying Herbie's a must-have. May and Haas. Good luck to the rest of your team.
Yeah,
your starting team will have 5 cheapies minimum.
Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, Mick, it's just as simple as May's a good buy. If you want to get him, go ahead and do so. But I just think that he's gonna lose a bit of cash, and I think you're better off getting him a bit later.
I'm gonna
in
wait.
The season. Yeah,
he's gonna be
like around 800, I reckon.
Round 5, he's the guy. Will be like, if you want to jump on board, this could make or break your season.
Yeah, well, it seems like New South Wales don't want to pick him either. So,
exactly,
So he won't be playing Origin.
He reminds me of MPJ of the NBA. I love how he just jumps on podcasts, says what he likes.
Yeah.
It's hella entertaining and everyone needs it.
It's good. It's good to have someone like that, a bit of a difference maker and,
I won't comment on other things about him I've seen in the last few weeks.
Yeah, no. He's a hell of a football player and,
special.
Look,
he's also clearly a fantasy player.
He loves it.
In the sheds at the Roosters, he made comment on it. And the way he plays, I'm sort of looking at him just almost run to the front of the line, tap a couple of people.
And then pop it out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of an offload. Yeah. Well, we love T-Mac.
I think that's about it, in my opinion. You can go Tarpany, but I just, at some point in the season, these guys will be buys. But at the moment, not really. The one guy I did want to go down to, going past Koloamatangi, decent buy, minutes issue, Blayke Steep.
Yep.
Big from the TLT, 423K. I'm just very unsure on what his output will be.
I'm a huge Blayke.
He's
Steep.
unreal.
I really really like Blayke Steep. This one is just like, if you sort of categorize it like you've got Naufahu Whyte as well, and it's just like, I don't know exactly what
we don't have much to go on.
And
we've only gone off him coming off the bench last year.
Yeah, and if look, he's priced at or break even at 32 in round one. I think he can definitely get that. It's just like Watson coming back.
PPM of $1.
That's
That's something to think about.
Reece Robson to come back, should I say, and Watson potentially would then play more of a lock role. I think definitely not playing much hooker because I think Reece Robson's definitely like an 80-minute hooker.
Yeah. If he played over 30 minutes,
I think he can definitely do that.
He averaged 41. Like his PPM's crazy. PPM of 1. You're thinking as a starting lock, surely you're playing 45.
Honestly, Mick, I'm not going to lie. I might get Blayke, Steve. It could be like one of those ones where it could be, oh, shit, I've made an awful decision, or holy hell, this was an absolutely great idea.
When's Radley back?
He's also dual as well. That's another thing. Yeah, like that's the thing. The Radley's coming back as well for the Roosters, I'm pretty sure, because he halved his suspension because he got the Ashes games counted well. So what is it? I think it's like round. I have to double check, but yeah. Look, I honestly think he can definitely play. I think he'll play like 40 minutes plus.
Round 7, I think, for Radley.
Yeah, I'm very tempted. I like Keaon Koloamatangi as well. I think he'll play good minutes as well because South's middle is awful.
I was just going to go back to Steve.
Yep.
5 minutes playing over 40. 5 games playing over 40 minutes, averaged 49. Say less.
I really like it. He's dual as well. It's so good.
I'm personally just going to give it.
You could honestly give it you could give it a week.
Yeah.
Like for me, for example, I could give it a week and then be like, oh shit.
It's
like,
a great pod as well.
McEwen, yeah, look, you're not playing, like hasn't got the same sort of PPM, not getting the same amount of ball. I think, I've seen what I like from Steep. I think he's going to play that minutes. I think until Radley comes back, he's a buy.
Make sure you check our stories for late mail with this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the late mail will be up there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I think otherwise, what about Flegler, Mick? Are you a bit concerned with him coming off the or starting?
500K, I really think he hasn't been in the game for 2 years. Surely Flegler's getting eased into it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just wanted to bring it up, that's all, because obviously there's a lot of hype around big Tully Flegler coming back to the NRL. So, wish him all the best, but yeah, definitely don't get him to start the season. Move to edges, you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else really. Cam Murray, in my opinion, he's an avoid. He's only in 3% of teams, but yeah, I mean, it's the same sort of logic.
He played
with
one
Flegler.
game. Yeah, he played one game last year. And look, they've got like Adam Elliott as well that could come back in and play in that lock position, help him out. But look, at the end of the day, I think Murray at the back end will definitely be one that you're probably looking to get into your team if he stays healthy because he's an absolute gun. I just think I wouldn't be starting the season with him, Mick.
Yep. All right, we'll go on to the edges. David Fafita, must buy, get him in. Although I don't think he's going to be playing 80, which I originally thought now, just because Tallis Duncan's on the bench. For some reason, I
think he'll play 80.
You think?
Yeah.
I think Aiken will play 80 now, and I think Fafita will get spelled off for Tallis Duncan, just for Tallis Duncan going to the middle for Murray. But then I think Duncan goes to the edge for Fafita for 20 minutes.
Potentially that could happen.
I don't think it matters, though.
But... Oh, no, it does not matter at all. But, no, I honestly think he plays 80. I think Aiken's at the back end of his career.
Shout out Aiken. We love him.
Yeah, we love you and Aiken. He's an absolute great bloke and a great player as well. But, yeah, for me, I honestly think Fafita plays 80. I think Wayne Bennett's got him down there for a reason. He's looking good. Get him in.
Luki, he was must-have. Get him in next week. I don't know how people are going to do that.
Likey.
That's almost a conversation in itself. If you've missed out on those Vegas guys, how the hell you get them in? Lasardi, Dor.
Oh.
I think, just going off who I think's a better footy player, I don't rate Sean Blore that highly. I don't rate Chan that highly. Surely Bellamy goes Lasardi. We're hoping he plays well the first couple of rounds. He gets picked over him, but there is still question marks.
Yeah, this one's tough.
32% of teams.
This one is tough. I don't agree with him being in 32% of teams. He lost the original mail was when it came out was Joe Chan after the trials was named as Eli Katoa's replacement. So Lasardi was either going to be starting lock or on the bench. That then transpired to Sean Bloor then getting ruled out with injury for the first couple of weeks. Hopefully only one round, but potentially two. And now Lasardi starting with Chan in the back row. I can't emphasize enough that the start of the couple like these games without Sean Bloor, he has to outplay Joe Chan, which I think he can. I prefer Lasardi because I think he's a better player when it comes to playing over minutes, like playing minutes. Where I really prefer Joe Chan is like an injection of, an injection of something different. A bit of spark, a bit of firepower coming off the bench. A versatile ball runner with good footwork, can play in the centers or on the back row. But where I think Lasardi is just a workhorse, and we saw that in the preseason.
Dor, my suggestion is buy Lasardi, enjoy him for a couple of rounds, and it's a win-win. Either he goes well, he keeps his spot, you've got a nice cash cow. If he goes poorly, trade him to Ryan Couchman, right, or Brendan Smith.
Or Blayke Steep.
Or upgrade into Blayke Steep. I think that's the perfect suggestion.
Yep. Yeah, I honestly think I think he can. He is more than capable of.
Yeah, I think get him in and do that.
Yep.
Because with other cheapies, yeah, they may have the job security, but they're not going to have the ceiling that a starting edge back row like Lasardi has.
Yep.
And if you're looking for someone who you need to trade for a Brandon Smith, for a Ryan Couchman, if he keeps pumping these minutes, who could increase by 200K, I think Lasardi could be the guy.
Yep.
Bang.
I love it. I love it, Mick. Absolutely love it.
Bang. Paxton, lovely mail from Mr. Clancy Nugent. I think he coincidentally, he called up the other week for his hot take saying Drinky would be Dally M. Not off to a good start, Mr. Nugent.
But then he redeemed himself in great fashion.
Always make up a few mistakes, Dor.
Oh, most certainly. That is exactly right, Mick.
Anyway, 13% of teams for Paxton. Never know. In a few weeks, he could be back into the team.
He could even be back this week. Like, honestly, let's put it out there. He is on the reserves. He could be I think that he is.
It wasn't HIA, was it?
I honestly think it is. I think the reason he is in jersey 22 is because he got the HIA against the Storm. He failed. That means that he had to have the mandatory stand down. His stand down only ended on Wednesday, today. So today was his first day. Wednesday, what are we? The 4th of March was his first day back to training. I just think that Howe was great in the trials, and I think that it's just they've given the respect and given Howe the start, and going to give Paxton an extra, but he could come in. Like, that's the thing, he could come in onto the bench or into the starting team. But I wouldn't be getting him regardless. I think I need to see him. I need to see him playing 80 minutes before I get him in.
Okay. McEwen, I think after next week, he could be a guy you think about selling, but definitely a hold.
Yep.
Halasima, don't buy.
No.
Jacob Laban, however, buy. I think Laban plays 50 minutes, and it's like, do you want him or Lasardi is a question. I'm going Lasardi. Maybe you can do both.
Yeah, this
Laban,
is
why have they done that? Is Laban actually that good?
Laban's good. I like Jacob Laban. He's a good player, and he's showing that in the opportunities that he got. I'm pretty sure he scored.
He's
a try
also
3-3-5 All-Stars game. Yeah, 335. That's like, it's good price. It's always with the minutes. It's always the minutes when it comes to these things. Like, because Kurt Capewell is like, I love Kurt Capewell, great Queenslander, but is he playing like 80 minutes? Like, for me, I think in a realistic world, like, Capewell's coming off, Halasima's coming on, and you're getting like 30 minutes of Halasima, and Laban's playing like close to 80. Because I can't see Kurt Capewell playing 80. Like, he probably
Aaron
could.
Clark plays more minutes than I thought.
The Wazoo are certainly an interesting predicament.
I mean, Kurt Capewell in itself, as a centre, a lot. There's been a bit of traction there. I just
Like you got Barnett to return as well, which is an interesting one.
That's true. Well, anyway, regardless, don't buy Halasima.
No.
Laban.
If you want to have a crack,
I think it's
don't
the same
hate it.
logic I just used for
110%.
Lasati.
110%, Mick. I agree wholeheartedly. Yep. If
I-
you want to take a little stab.
iPad we
reckon.
talked about.
Yep.
Gus Bus, Angus Crichton. Good family man. Go on a Union. I like to see that as a Union fan. Some of the logic's like, yeah, he's in for a big year. It's his last year in Union. I mean, his last year in league before he goes. I like it as a pod, 6.8%. Was last year a down year?
Yes.
Or is that sort of what he is, just a low 50s guy?
Nah. I reckon he'll benefit a lot. You think about last year, Mick, Sam Walker missed a lot of last season. And then to have... I think people are underestimating because of how Cherry Evans played for Manly after he, made that decision last year. Cherry Evans and Walker will provide these edge back rowers for the Roosters with beautiful service.
I know we're not a Supercoach podcast, but I stack my team with Roosters because I'm so confident they're going to absolutely eat. As a result, Angus Crichton at 630K has to be undervalued.
49 break even round one, so priced at 49s.
I mean, his attacking stats were down last year, but you got to consider Sam Walker.
The Roosters
wasn't there
were
half the
very
season.
inconsistent last year, if you think of it.
Yeah, they had young halves. I really like it.
Yeah, you look at
minimum, he's 50. Then add on the increased chance of attacking stats.
Yeah,
he's probably a high 50s guy.
Exactly, and they finished, like you said, Mick. They finished last year so well, and you know why? It was because that Sam Walker was healthy and started to find form. They started to get the players back, and the stability in the team. Yes, there's a couple of injuries there, but look, I don't need to talk about this anymore. I really like Angus Crichton. If you want a bit of a pod option or a bit of a, you're a bit concerned about the cheapies. You don't want to run a David Fafita and then all cheapies, even though we saw Luki was absolutely outstanding. I think Angus Crichton is a good option to run with David Fafita as a bit of a safe net.
Yep. Chan, my opinion's void just because I back Lasati to be a better performer over 2 weeks, but...
Yeah, I think Chan's a better bench player, Mick. Yep. So, yeah, I'm with you. I back Lasati
Huddy
over
Young,
Chan.
decent pod.
I love
was
Huddy
incredible last year, 766. I just think without Fogarty, Raiders go a bit worse. You're paying at his absolute peak. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'd rather go 100K cheaper for Crichton.
I honestly think Young might drop a bit of cash, Mick. I think it's a bit understated that no one's really mentioned it, but like some of these Raiders players haven't played at all in the preseason, and none other than Ethan Sanders. And like, how does one Ethan Sanders provide or get combinations with these outside men when he hasn't played with them? Like, training's one thing. Actually, match fitness and actually playing in games is completely different. So I think Huddy Young could drop a bit of cash, but look, he's a gun player. If you want to get him in, I don't hate it.
Dor, can you pronounce? Is it Arama Ha? How?
How, I think it is. Arama How.
Arama How, yeah. What are your thoughts on him? Do you think there's going to be any switches there?
I just think
briefly.
I just think it's as simple as Mick. No. Like, I'm not getting him because I worry about Paxton coming back. I think this week's mission for him, like I touched on before, is HIA related, not form related. Howe's been great, but for me, I think Paxton could come back in, and I would rather pay an extra like 80K or go for a Laban, which is probably like an extra 80, or go to a guy like that we touched on earlier. Go like a Lasati instead, who's even cheaper, or just a bit. He's 35K more than Howe, so I'd rather go a Lasati over Howe.
Yeah, he got 51 in the trial. Maybe they just thought he's better than Paxton, but
they could have. But I would like to see it. I just want to see it. If Paxton's
if you need the basement price and you want to maybe switch him to a Brandon Smith once he comes back, I get it.
Yeah, I get it for sure, Mick. But yeah, for me, I'd want to see him keep that spot for a couple of weeks before I'm getting him in.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And Cora, decent pod, just too inconsistent for my liking.
Yeah, a bit inconsistent. He wasn't the best last year, Mick. So, yeah, for me, no, I'm not going to get Nakora to start the season. But, look, he's a bit of a pod. He could do well.
Interesting one, Willison.
No.
I'm just worried about the minutes.
The minutes are a concern in that regard. I think Preston's one that definitely shouldn't be overshadowed. If you want a gun, look, he's already played, obviously. But
yeah, congrats to everyone who has him.
Yeah, if you want to get in a gun, Preston's unreal, but you've probably missed the boat and you're probably not, keeping 720K for Preston next week. So
Talakai 344, he could play decent minutes off the bench.
Yeah, but I'd rather
I wouldn't. And then apart from that, we'll briefly talk about a pod we are very interested in, if that gives any clue. KPP Dor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
Kai Pierce-Paul.
He was averaging 55 on the woeful nights. Now he's next to Adam Dewey, who everyone thinks is going to have a big year. A lot of people have him in their team. I just think increased chance of attacking stats. He's already got the high chance of offloads, which are 4 points. 1% of teams, I think it's a home run pick. I have him. I'm using him to loop this week. Bye.
Yeah, no, I like Kai Pierce-Paul, KPP.
He's expensive. He's $6.90, but I mean, I think he'd go better than last year.
Oh, 100%. I don't hate it at all, Mick. I'm not having to go or gonna argue against you at all, brother. I think
Tell me I'm wrong.
I think it's a great selection. Playing in that Tigers side, they play a good attacking brand of footy, and
0.8%.
I think it's highly understated how bad Newcastle's halves situation was last year and how that affected the outside men. So
yeah, I'm so confident in him.
Like you look at Lucas, he pounded out an absolute great score.
Edge I love the
edge position.
Yeah, I was about to say I love edge. Look, we could talk about tons. Jackie Williams, you like him, Dor?
Yeah, he's a good pod. He's another good pod. I think Noah Martin, I just want to make mention of. He's in 3.3% of teams. He is 250K and getting the start, but like Nicholson's going to come back. They've got Hoskins on the bench. Look, I wish him all the best, but don't fall into that trap because I don't think he'll either be not in the team in a couple of weeks or on the bench. So I'd avoid him. But Jackie Williams, really like him, Mick.
All right, we'll move on to the halves.
Oh, let's go.
This could be a good long pod, but
yeah,
it's inevitable.
Oh, most certainly.
Ethan Sanders, most popular half. He's 350K, 35% of teams. I'm struggling to finance all these mid 300 cheapies. I have Adam Dewey as my backup half, but I just think Sanders will be a slow churn cash cow. Great job security because I don't think they're going to change that. Goal kicks. I do sort of think you got to get him in.
All right, let's have a look at this. So Atkinson, 887 kick meters for 29 points. Ethan Sanders is going to be doing an obscene amount of kick meters as well. I think he could get like 20 points.
I think
just
Strange might do a bit of kicking. I mean, he's growing in confidence, surely.
I think like close kicks, yes, but I think Sanders has got to be the one that's, doing the long-range kicking.
But I do think Strange will... Surely he's like, oh, I do have to step up and do a bit of kicking. Or just do none.
Well, I don't say like he's not going to do none, but I just think for me, in my opinion, like that's going to be the big thing for Sanders is he's going to get a heap of points. And then goal kicking as well for Sanders
Black,
as well.
Not an issue. He's injured, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a neck concern, Black. But look, if the Raiders start well, they're like Black's not going to play. So, yeah.
I think with goal kicking, with kick meters, he's going to be
minimum behind that pack as well. Like, don't underestimate pack, that Raiders.
I think we've given our predictions. We're going to do a predictions post of the year. I think I underestimated the Raiders just based off that pack. Like, it's with Strange. It's a great role.
Yeah,
just them pumping up the field. Yeah, I think minimum 35 points. He's priced at like 27.
Priced at 27.
You know he's going to make money for you, so I would try and get him in. Dylan Brown, we've talked about him enough. Cleary, I think get Cleary.
Yeah.
Moses, I do also like. I think Para will be improved just with Moses in there. Massive kick meters, although Pezzett might do a bit of kicking, obviously.
Yeah, Pezzett I think will do a bit of kicking.
I just think instead of Moses, go Adam Dewey, who's in 18% of teams.
He's in my
back
team.
end of last year. He looked unreal, which is quite frustrating as a Dragons fan because we literally, as soon as we said Dragons are interested, he started playing the best footy of his career. He's doing a lot of kicking. He loves to tackle break. He loves to do those offloads close to the line. KPP next to him. Tigers should be better. Massive buy.
Yep. Oh, I don't need to say anything more.
He's my super coach body.
Yeah, he's great in Supercoach. He's great in fantasy. I love Adam Dewey. Yeah, especially that the
Both
clarity.
buys are fine. With Moses.
Yeah, the Moses is fine as well. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think Parramatta are going to be a much better team this year. We saw that at the back end, and with Adam Dewey, I think it's just the confidence. With Jerome Luai saying, "Yep, I'm going back to playing 5'8", my better and best position." And you have got the keys to the team, and you're the 7. So and goal kicking as well. Adam Dewey, great option, Mick.
Yeah. As I said, Moses is good. Katoa, the Dolphins are going to score a lot of points again.
Yeah,
he's just going to get better. I think he could get Dalian. That's my prediction.
No, he definitely could. His 706 though. The price for me is a bit concerning because for me, I don't think you can get him and Cleary.
No, it's just we don't really need it. There's not much analysis here because it's he's going to average 50. He's a decent pod, 11%. If you don't have Cleary, I'd probably suggest getting him as the next.
That's what I was more
averaging.
just putting down. Yeah.
Adco, unbelievable kick meters. Purdue, I would have avoided personally. Pezzett, I'm also suggesting avoiding 8% of teams.
Atco. I'm still sad. I'm sorry. I agree. Pezzett, I would avoid. I think we saw that in the trials. I think he'll be like a mid-30s guy, I reckon. And that's really not going to make you much money. However, if something happens to Moses, is definitely a buy. Long-term, if something happens to Moses, he'll go to the guy that's going to be doing all the kick meters. They'll probably put Joash Papali'i in at 5'8", who's, more of a ball runner. So I think for Pezzett, I wouldn't be starting the season with him.
If you back him as just a player, then get him in. 400K.
For example, I think he'll be great. I think he'll be great at the Broncos because he'll be doing all the kicking in play with Walshy.
Right. Sam Walker-Dor.
Oh, I like him.
I think he's a great pod. I think he averaged 50 last year, not including sort of injured games. 570K, undervalued, and as I said, Roosters are going to be elite. It's just how does the dynamic with DC work in terms of his point scoring?
Yeah, look, they only played the one game together, Mick. We saw a lot from Sam Walker. Sam Walker was outstanding, but we didn't see much from DCE. Was he holding back, just trying to get through or go through the motions in that trial game, or was it just that's what it's going to be? He's just going to sit back. We've seen in the news this week, that they've said that they're going to change in between positions. So sometimes Walker will be at 5'8". I got rid of him before. I should have got him over Dylan Brown. I love Dylan Brown, but I should have gone Walker just because I'm so high on him. I can't. I've gone Adam Dewey.
He'll get you minimum 10 points just from goal kicking this year.
I just went Adam Dewey over him. I am slightly concerned with the DCE factor just because I think he kept his cards close to his chest in that preseason trial game. But yeah, I think he's a great option. He's a great option. But I'm just going over Adam Dewey.
Yeah,
that's
that
why
is
I didn't
the risk.
get Walker.
Cody Walker, 347K. I really don't know. He's that close to another soft tissue injury. I'm not hoping for it or anything, but I mean, he's next to some special players.
Oh, but my God, he is, Mick.
He could just shit his way into a
450, 500 type K player. 27K. I can't get him. He is an unk. I just can't. I can't justify getting him just due to the.
How many times
the
did he get
injuries.
injured last year?
Oh, I think it was a good 3.
I mean, he played 4 games over 70 minutes and averaged 28. Let's just say that they improve. Obviously, let's put that to 35. 40 maybe, some value, but
Look, I think what I take away
wouldn't-
from that analysis, Mick, is I think we just wait and see with Cody Walker. Let's
Yeah,
see him
let's
get
see him
through a
string
few games
two
together.
games together.
Yep,
Jerome Hughes, decent
agreed.
pod.
Great pod.
Yeah, I really like Jerome Hughes. Strange is also, I just think Strange, more
Goes another level.
responsibility. I think he just gets his hands on the ball even more. The Raiders are still going to be pretty good. Yeah, I like Strange as a pod. Nico, decent pod.
Yeah,
Munster,
don't
we
hate
can
it.
talk about
Yeah.
tons of these guys.
Munster, I
Galvin.
think's like Hughes. He's a good little pod. I think Hines is a hell of a pod, in my opinion. He is a hell of a pod. 4.4%
It's
of
been
teams.
3 years of trying to.
I just think it's now. The time's now.
It's been 3 years in a row where we've like, oh, surely he starts running the ball more. It's just facts that with Trindle, his fantasy average went down like 20.
It did,
Went
but
from like 73 to now he's like a high 50s. He's good, but
look, this is probably going to be awful. I'm probably going to get some hate comments for this, but no, I honestly think this is it. I think this is the year for Nico Hines. I think he absolutely kills
in
it.
terms of what?
I just think there's stability off the field. It's something that he hasn't had. He's got to miss
Are you
settle
buying?
down.
What are you buying? Are you buying
No,
Nico?
I can't fit Nico in because I went bloody Dylan Brown.
All right, we'll
But
move on to the centres.
I like Nico. I really think great draw. And I think what you just saw in that Indigenous All-Stars game, the amount of times he ran the ball, like took on the line, was outstanding. And that's what you like to see. That's when you know Nico's playing well, is when he's taking on the line. So, yeah, for me, look, Galvin's not a bad shout either.
Would you
mention.
rather Nico Hines or Izzy Cattell?
Nico Hines.
I just don't know if I agree with that. Sorry, Dor.
That's all right. We're not supposed to agree on everything, brother. We can have some disagreements.
They'll be close. He averaged 54 last year.
All right.
He just loves a 40, Nico. Okay, we'll go on to the centres. I'm sure we missed someone there, but apologies.
I don't think we have.
Macassini, get him in. Chester, enjoy if you have him. It's the same thing with Lasardi. If he gets dropped in round 2, you get the cheese.
Macassini, 56.73% of teams.
Yeah, enjoy him.
I'd also, just to give the listeners and viewers at home, the Macassini at training yesterday did have the black bib on, which
The black bib means
starting.
team.
Yeah, means starting. So it looks like, and poor old Skelly Leg Skelton was in the orange bib, which is the reserves, or the New South Wales Cup. So unfortunate for Skelly, but Macassini. I'm a big fan of Macassini. He was one of my first players in.
Okay, Herbie Farnworth, Dor. Do you have him now, or you still have KL over him?
I've got to look at my team. I haven't finished it. There could be. I definitely did have both Herbie and KL together in the centers. I went a bit hard in the center pairings.
If you don't have Herbie, I'd suggest KL.
Yeah.
Or I'd suggest Ewan Aiken now with that TLT news. Just having that security of a forward. You don't think he's going to play 80. I do. I'm sort of locked in with Herbie and Chester starting at the moment, so I'm not getting Aiken, but I think that could be a value play.
I agree with you, Mick. I think it's just it's either Herbie,
610K.
It's either Herbie or KL. You have to, in my opinion, you've got to have one of those guys. I think that is going to be critical.
I don't really agree with any other pods.
The only other guy that I would think is probably put in the same category is Kiraz. I think he is like we saw that on the weekend, first game back. I think he is a outstanding option.
Herbie, I'm sure there's a good chance he doesn't go as good as last year.
Well, it's a bit hard. He was absolutely
he was
spellbinding
unbelievable,
last year.
He's undeniably a 55 minimum plus guy.
Yeah, he's a great.
He's almost like a second rower. He's getting that much rock. He's next to one of the best attacking halves in the game. The Dolphins are, I think they're pushing for top 4 this year.
I've got them in my 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kirby Farmer, we don't need to say much, and we don't need to touch on it. Like KL Herbie's the best centre in fantasy.
And it's a centre. So it's like we've never really seen this before, a centre being this good.
Well, look at our team, for example, Mick. We didn't have him last year, and
we
it
got
bloody
fucked
cost
over.
us.
We still came like
We still did well.
Or something.
Yeah, we still did really well, but that really cost us.
Yep.
And then the price had just cooked us. So,
all right. Casey McLean, Dor,
no.
I wouldn't get him.
I just can't.
Yeah, 480K, no way.
He's just too reliant on attacking stats. Like, yes, it's, you look at the preseason, it wasn't great. Then you look at, the Panthers draw. That's not great either. I think he's a good player, great player in real life, but just fantasy-wise, I just don't see it coming to fruition, unfortunately.
Moses Leo?
Don't mind it.
In reserve grade, he's like a mid-20s guy, which isn't great, but he's playing for the Storm. Factor that in. I'm not sure if that is at centre or not, or on the wing, because he's playing centre, which is a bit surprising. We thought Meaney would be...
Yeah, Meaney in the centres.
What's his job security like?
I think it's all right because, look, Coates is out for a little while after that Achilles injury.
The dual position's very handy as well.
And he's playing for the Storm. I think that's also another thing that should be understated. I think he was... I thought Moses Leo was really, really good before he got injured in the handful of games or whatever he played for Melbourne last year, I think, or the year before.
He runs very hard.
To me, there's just some really good options at this 250 or very cheap price in the centres and wing fullbacks that we're obviously going to touch on. And Moses Leo is a...
He got a 5 last year. He could play 2 games. He got 5 against Manly at centre. Then he got 31. So...
Priced at
Storm
19.
versus Para, Dragons, Bronx Cows. I just think...
Do I think he's
at that price, it's a no-brainer, sure.
Yeah. Do I think he's the best 250K wing fullback centre? No, but I think he's a good option. I'd probably have him in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Macassini's the best, obviously.
Okay. Who else do we have? Dor? Stags? Nah. Capewell, we sort of talked about him. It's an interesting one at 426K. Does he play 80? Dor thinks Macassini. I mean,
I just think that Halasine will
over
come on and Capewell will go off. But
could be
we'll
a late
see what
switch
happens.
as well. Best, no. Rob Toyer I do like as a pod.
Yep.
I really do. Back end of last year, I mean, he started well. His stats with Sam Walker, I'll double check this.
The only
Sam Walker didn't play at the start of the year.
Yeah, the only concern with Toyer is just obviously he's this, coming back from the injury, didn't play any preseason. This will be his first game back.
It's more just it's his second year. He's undeniably got some special talent.
He's a special player. Look, but he played State of Origin after like a handful of NRL games. Like that doesn't happen every single day of the week. Like that shows that this kid is a really, really special talent.
He averaged about 6 more without Sam Walker. If that, maybe that's just confirmation bias, not really suggesting much. But yeah, I do like as a pod because inevitably he's going to improve again.
And the Roosters will do well, like we said.
Well.
Mick. Yeah, I like it. I like it as a bit of a pod option, Mick. And look, if KL goes down or something doesn't go well there, well, look, I'm not going to look too far past and potentially look straight to Robbie Toyer.
Shibba, decent pod. Penasini, probably undervalued. Way better with Moses, so maybe 100K value there. But I've sort of turned off him a bit because I'd just rather go with the cheapies. And we saw from Chester, we saw from who was winger fullback, Macassini. Like, if they score 5 less, maybe, they're 200K cheaper, so it's worth it if you can upgrade to a Herbie. Ali Leitao, I went off him a bit. He has some low scores in him.
Yeah.
And I worry about the Wires a bit. Sorry, Wires fans.
Shibasaki's not bad, Mick. I honestly think he's not a bad pot option. But there is one man that we haven't touched on.
Talon May?
I think he's good. I think he's a good pod, but I'm talking
too.
about Trelly Belly. I'm talking about Latrell Mitchell. 723K.
723K.
5.1.
I haven't thought about it personally.
I am thinking about him a lot. I am a big Latrell Mitchell fan myself, but it's, for me, mate, he played centre last year against the Titans before he inevitably went down injured again, and he tore them to shreds.
We've liked inevitably this podcast.
Yes, but I think he is a much better centre than he is wing fullback. However, the issue is can you have Herbie Farnworth and Latrell Mitchell in your team? I don't think so, unless you're putting him at wing fullback because he's got the duel.
It was a lead against the Titans, but that's the Titans.
It was, oh man, goal kicking as well. Like, it's just, I'm honestly so keen on Trelly. I might actually put him in. I might put in Big Trelly.
I feel like your team's changed a lot this podcast.
Oh, yeah, there's a few players that you've sort of convinced me, Mick, but you're not as high on Trelly. I'm high on Trelly.
All right, yeah, surely that's enough from the centres. We'll go finally onto the wing fullbacks. There's a lot to analyse here. 2, I'd probably try and get him in next week.
Oh, 2's great.
He's a good kid. 26.
Yep.
Great debut.
Great
We got
story.
robbed. Reece Walsh, 650K. That's factoring in his poor start. That's also factoring in his absolutely diamonds run of games.
Yeah, what you call it, 654K. I think that's like a relatively, I think it's a relatively like solid price, priced at 50s. I think you can easily get go better than that. But look, is he, like a Teddy with the way
I've
he
gone
plays?
with Teddy. I just wanted that confidence. I know he's 33, but I think he's slowing down. I don't think he's playing Origin as well. I just wanted that security. But Reece Walsh, 43% of teams.
He's got aura.
I think he's going to be very good.
He's got aura. He's the face of the NRL.
Reckon it could be Dalian?
I wouldn't put it past him.
He's still going to be inconsistent. Like he's not going to do that type of run, but
yeah, he's just not. He's not like that, like the Tedesco's or whatnot, Mick. He's not that type of player. I just think
who's what's his name? The journalist. We were talking about this the other day.
Which journo?
Danny Mad Dog. What's his name? Bulldog or something?
Oh, Bulldog Richie. Yeah.
Bulldog Richie said, I don't
yes.
think Reece Walsh can ever be the best player in the comp because he is so inconsistent. It's like, mate, he was the best player in the comp last year. He just proved for over a 14 games stint that he can be the best player in the world. And he won a comp. If you said that at the start of last season, then yeah, fair enough. You're
probably right.
That's what everyone's saying.
A very good start.
I respect that he said that after he proved his point wrong.
Yeah,
right?
look, Walsh on that back end was unbelievable, Mick. But I don't need to talk much about Lightning. He's a great player.
Far logo door. This will be the segment.
I've got a bit cold feet on.
I have as well.
On Far Logo.
Far Logo versus Jai Gray. That was my headspace. I couldn't decide. I finally decided on Jai Gray. Couple of reasons why. I just think the Rabbits are going to explode. The Storm are obviously going to be good, but Far Logo, I mean, he's played enough where we sort of know he's probably a mid-40s guy, I reckon, Dor?
Yeah, I think so, Mick, around that. I think it's just also he hasn't...
Soft tissue injuries.
Yeah, his injury luck has not been...
second point,
has not been very good at all for Sewer. And then it's just also the fact is I just think that, like, work rate-wise, I think you're getting more out of Jai Gray.
Yeah, I think Jai Gray's...
For Logo with those base stats.
Yeah, Jai Gray's floor is way higher.
Yeah.
And he still has the ceiling being next to all these freaks around him where he's going to score a few tries. He's going to get some try assists. I like Jai Gray over him. Far Logo, starting at fullback, average 41. I mean, 460 is still tons of value, but...
It really depends, Mick, on how you really, you're doing your team. If you're getting, like, a Walsh and Tedesco, or, like, say, a Walsh, I wouldn't be getting a Walsh and a Far Longo because they're basically, like, the same player. In regards to like their bases and a good, I think Sewer will still be great, but I just think you got a bit more of a solid floor with Jai Gray than you do with Sewer.
Yeah, I think Jai Gray, you're paying 40K extra. He averaged about the same when they both average about the same when playing at fullback, which is about 42. But we are expecting the Rabbits to be way better. So, yeah.
Look, I don't hate. If you want to get both of them, go ahead. We're not saying don't
both,
get Sewer.
Both could be a great option.
We're just a bit cold on him. That's all. A bit concerned.
Cobbo, Supercoach. I'm starting to think about it. Just being outside Herbie. He's outside Herbie, isn't he?
I believe so. Yeah.
He'll score a lot of tries. 450K. I want to wait and see for that one.
Yeah, I want to wait and see. But look, I don't hate that. I think it's a pretty well. It's not really a pod because he's in 13.58% of teams. I think a lot of people are.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, a lot of people are keen on Big Cobbo.
Are you keen on Keeney, Dor?
I'm a bit like I love Keenima, but
JC being out for 4 weeks,
it does sort of help. But I don't know. I'm a bit concerned. I think he's a bit of a pod, 8.25%. But I'd rather pay 84K more if I was going that or 54.
He's cinema. He's cinema.
Yeah.
When you're watching him.
Yeah, he's great.
Wouldn't tell anyone not to get him. Marnie, Dor, home run pick, get him in.
I told you, Mick, my mail was correct with
how hard is it just to put someone in a game?
Oh, mate,
I'm not sure who the devs are. Don't want to criticize any of the NRL fantasy devs, but what's the process there? Just put him in.
He took forever, but he's finally in. So get him in, ladies and gentlemen. Starting at on the wing, he'll be a great option, Mick, for sure. He's got a real good, solid base floor. Good tackle busting, running type of player. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing him make his debut this weekend.
Brian To'o and Weeks, 8% of teams. I think that's a bit too much, to be honest.
Weeks,
I think there's definitely value around them.
Weeks, no. I'm not going near Weeks at all. Look, fantasy-wise, I'm pretty sure I had him there for a little while. If it was not last year, the year before, and I'm certainly not going back there. He is terribly – he's more inconsistent, I think, than Walsh when it comes to scores. Look, great player in the NRL, fantasy-wise, not it. To'o, I don't mind, but I just don't see I'd rather go like a Teddy or something for 100 and a bit more K.
Go.
Yeah.
Dylan Edwards. Actually, there's one guy up here I was forgetting about. Marky Mark, I really do like. Just think second year in the NRL, winger. He's definitely playing wing. He won't sort of move into centres like he did last year. Outside some good players.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Score a lot of tries.
I don't hate it at all.
Dylan Edwards. I think he's a nice little. He'll average 50.
Yep.
They got a tough run, but he gets through his work. He's a cool pod.
Yep, I don't mind that.
That's about it, I think, Dor.
KP.
Yeah, well.
We discussed this, but do we want to touch on it a little bit? Like, are you trying to get in KP?
Nah, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, he's certainly very
I'm just happy
impressive.
with my Gray Teddy. I just don't really know how I can get him in.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I might consider getting him in, but I don't know. For me, otherwise, Trey Fuller is another one. Probably definitely don't go there until we see him back starting fullback. He's in 3.21% of teams. I think that's a few people that just haven't seen the latest team list and were watching his preseason. Mate, Turbo is a great shout, Mick. That is.
I don't know if it is.
No. When I mean a great shout, it's like just someone that I think people are forgetting about.
Yeah, true.
I think people are forgetting about it.
Discussed at all.
Well, he hasn't played. The Manly basically put all their big names on ice. They haven't played any preseason. Turbo's now captain of Manly, 600K. So he's in the same price ranges or same price as Keeney and Ponga.
Turbo last year, I actually had at the start. I was like, fuck it, I'll get a pod. He seemed to just...
He was good at centre.
Yeah. When he'd get attacking stats, he'd get a couple of tries, and he was only getting like 60s. He didn't seem to have that sort of tackle breaking prowess of former years. So, which is mainly due to, soft tissue injuries. But I just don't think I'd go there.
Yeah, no,
I don't think his ceiling anymore is worth the risk of the injury.
Yeah, I just think we wait and see. I think he could be someone that we look at. Ruben Garrick's another one, Mick, that I want to talk about. Not in the in a good way, unfortunately for Garrick. I just think he's going to lose the goal kicking. It looks like to Fogarty as well, so that's going to hurt him a little bit. As well as I'm a bit worried with how Manly will go this season. So yeah, I wouldn't be going near Garrick, who, look, to be honest, has been someone who's been close to basically coming into everyone's teams like the past 2 years at some point, just because of the dual coverage, the goal kicking, and Manly's form. So yeah, unfortunate to see him miss out. Otherwise,
I was just going to throw just real quick DWZ 309K. Interesting one. He's in 7% of teams.
I think he's just more of a try scorer.
Yeah, it's just like.
What about Campbell Graham?
Nah. No. I think there's spam left.
Yeah, you spam left. Yeah, no, I just wanted to bring him up because he's only in 1.7% of teams out on the wing now. Like, that could be beneficial playing outside Jackie legs. So yeah, no, interesting one. But look, I think we've done a really good job there, Mick. We've probably missed a couple of players here and there potentially, but I think we've done a really good job of giving everyone at home, these players that we're really high on or really think that you should have either one of them or all these guys in your team, or just players that we really do strongly disagree that you should have, shouldn't, or you basically shouldn't have in your team. So I think it will be great for everyone at home, help them iron out those final creases to their team coming into tomorrow night's big game of the Storm and Eels.
Well, wrap it up there.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's really much anything else unless we wanted to talk about
buy KPP.
Buy KPP.
Actually, don't.
No, you don't want to
keep him under 1%.
Yeah.
See you, everyone.
All right, catch you guys.